You are 100% going to want to stick with this one, as we will be featuring a homemade Caesar salad dressing. How about some homemade croutons on the griddle? Those I can guarantee you are buttery delicious. Of course, we got to have some bacon. How about wall-to-wall and a tortilla minced chicken, which we are going to slap on the griddle and griddle it out to perfection. We are talking golden brown. That is going to be some fresh sliced Parmigiana Reggiana. Of course, we've got to melt it to perfection. And when you start putting all that together, we are talking a crispy smashed chicken Caesar salad taco that is absolutely incredible.
Alrighty, so look, one of the biggest upgrades that you can make in anytime you are doing a dressing like this, whether Russian, blue cheese, a Caesar salad dressing, or many other ones, you will raise your game 100%. So this here is going to be a basic Caesar salad dressing, and let's get going. So first off, you can see the simple ingredients here on the board, and fear not, I will have everything down in the description, all written out, so you could make it too. And yes, we are going to be dealing with some anchovies. No big deal there, though. It is going to give you that classic Caesar salad dressing, and you are hardly going to taste it. And you could leave the mayo out of this. No classic Caesar salad dressing has mayo. So let's turn these cameras down to the board, and let's get started.
This is going to be a recipe for your classic Caesar salad dressing. This is the same way that I used to make in the restaurant in the 70s and 80s. Yes, I am that old. It is going to have some anchovies in it, but I can guarantee you are not really going to taste them, but it is going to give you that classic Caesar salad flavor. And again, I will have the complete written directions down in the description so you can follow along and make this also. There are some mayo-based Caesar salad dressings that'll get you pretty much the same place, just not quite as good. I always like the classic, and of course you got the jars, which are totally garbage. So I would suggest definitely flexing your chops and making this. The whole trick is that emulsifying right there. You want to get that oil in, but you got to do it slow, otherwise you will break the sauce. Actually, I guess this is a dressing.
Alrighty guys, so basically that's it there. If you feel it's a little too thick, I mean, we are pretty good here, but you can incorporate just a little bit of water. I'm talking about a half a teaspoon in, and you want to incorporate it in. Don't just pour it in, otherwise you will break it. So look, once you get it to, I'd say that's a pretty good consistency. She may thicken up a little bit in the fridge as she cools down. We will just move this to the side. Now, one of the things I like to do is I keep these, anytime I am done with any type of barbecue sauce that has containers like this, I will wash them out. Get that little top there pulled off. Get a little funnel like this, put it on, and just kind of slowly give it a pour in. Now, as usual, I have made way too much, but there is nothing new there. I mean, basically, what do we got going here? 2 eggs and a couple other ingredients. I mean, you're talking maybe, I mean, look, eggs have come down, so maybe you're talking under $1 to make this. And now, if you do have a little bit of water in the container that you are putting it in, all you got to do is get that top on and give it a good shake like that. And basically, what that is going to do is incorporate it back together, guys. And right there is going to be your Caesar salad dressing. So look, what I want to do here is let's get on back to the griddle. I'm going to get this in the fridge to chill out. Let's fire up that griddle and let's get the griddling.
I will turn this over to some live griddling in about 20 seconds. I just wanted to go over this part. That is going to be some minced chicken. You could find this at any market across the country. You are going to want to press it into the tortilla, and you are definitely going to want to go wall to wall. Yeah.
Alrighty guys, and believe it or not, we are ready to rock. The griddle is already cleaned. The griddle is already warmed up. I'm going to start this one with some bacon. Now on that Caesar salad dressing, you can do a mayo based if you want. I'll have information down in the description on both ways. It is not hard to do an egg based. What is hard is to get these gloves on. I could see it is not hard to do a an egg based Caesar salad dressing. It does taste, you know, it is the top of the line. That is the classic. But if you are not comfortable emulsifying out together like that, then you can do a mayo based. I will have information down in the description on both ways. And also another note here: the minced chicken you could find in your grocery store if you look. They have plenty. You know, they have plenty of varieties. It's usually next to the minced turkey, of course. But I would definitely do it with chicken. And also another thing, stay tuned here because I am going to attempt to make a fresh crouton right here on the griddle. I used to do this when I used to work in the restaurants. We used to make all the croutons fresh in a saute pan, and I am telling you, man, they are to die for. I mean, I used to eat those things like candy. I will attempt it here on the griddle. We will see how it comes out. Any fresh crouton, even if it doesn't come out perfect, is definitely going to be better than store purchased. So there is a little extra with this one with the dressings and the crouton, but I do believe it is going to pay off in the end. I've also got some ingredients still left in the fridge, the romaine lettuce and so forth. I didn't want to bring it out here. I didn't want it to start to wilt out, so I've got it cooled out in the fridge along with the dressing. So you'll get a full ingredient list also down in the description. Everything is down in the description under the show notes. So look, what I want to do, I mean, this bacon is probably 60-70% done. Let's get it on over here to the side. We can keep this recipe moving. We do have a 36-inch griddle. We might as well utilize it all. And again, I will utilize some of this bacon grease here. Let me attempt to make some of those croutons. What I'm going to do is I'm going to lower this side down here. So we're going to get the butter down and get the bread on, and the bread is basically going to absorb all that butter that we're putting down is going to absorb out into the bread, and basically just kind of toast that butter, toast those croutons up. But it is going to absorb that butter, and when you do this in a saute pan, it actually spits the butter back out. I mean, it's kind of cool. If you've never made a fresh crouton, I would definitely suggest you try it. Just let it, just kind of let it work. Just kind of let it all toast up. Let that butter get absorbed out into the croutons. You can see like this one here is totally saturated with butter. That's exactly what you want. Again, this isn't the ideal place to make a crouton. I've never even searched to see if anybody has done it on the griddle. And you could see them are getting absorbed up. Get a little bacon fat in there, why not? And from there, I've got a little bit of grated cheese. We will get that down. That is just kind of going to melt right in or absorb right in. Just a little bit of salt, not much, just a little bit. Just kind of at this point, we're just going to let these toast up. Bacon is looking good. We've got everything working but the chicken. Guys, so I am pretty happy with this bacon here. I am going to get this bacon pulled off on the side. You guys don't need to see it, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to chop it up. That way we can just tend to our croutons. Let's get these pulled off. Of course, I've got a paper towel here. I will report back on the taste test on how these were. And again, as they sit, they're going to toast up nicely. And trust me, again, this is a crouton to end all croutons. Now look, you're going to want to let this go for about 3-4 minutes or so. Remember, we're dealing with poultry. You want to make sure it is nice and cooked, nice and browned. After we flip it, we will allow it to cook on this side for a little bit. Then we will get on over there to the board, get it all plated up, all fixed up, do that taste test, and close out the show. All right, I think I'm comfortable with that. Although we've got a little bit of stick in there, I'll plop that right back in there, no big deal. Let's go right through it to make sure we've got no sticking. There you go. And I am definitely comfortable with that. Again, right through it. There you go. That is perfect. That is beautiful. And we are not going to dress them up over here. We are going to dress them up over on the board, but I want these shells to get nice and toasty. Although I've got some good Parmesan cheese here, some flaky Parmesan. I'm just going to get a little bit down. I was going to do it over there, but if we can get a tad melt on it, that might be a good thing, I think. And I'm telling you, I tasted a crouton, and they are the star of this show. They're so buttery, so crunchy. We're going to taste one on camera, and you will see. I should do a whole show just on making fresh croutons. All right, I can smell some bread getting toasty, so we're going to get these pulled off. Let's get on over to the board. Let's fix them up. Again, taste test, blah, blah, blah. You know the deal. And let's close out that show. Can we go on record right here and say this here is the, well, I'm not going to say it's the star of the show, but you do this to this recipe here or any recipe that you want to do on the griddle where you want to make a crouton. I mean, I got to do the whole show on one of these. It is absolutely incredible. I mean, it is like a salty butter treat. It's like almost a candy, and it is very crunchy. It is just about perfect. I'm sure you guys can. I'm sure you guys can hear the crunch. And again, this is filled up with. It's just filled up with butter, cheese, salt, and of course the bread. I mean, it is absolutely incredible. This Fiesta that from the Flat Top King, I have used this in the past. I don't think this needed much seasoning, but I've got a little bit of that in there because we've got that homemade Caesar salad dressing, the bacon, and the croutons. It is time for a taste test, and if anybody was wondering, a little bit brown on the bottom, that is okay with me. You guys know I like a little char flavor, and let's go on in and cheers. Wow. Oh, yeah. This is by far the best taco that I've ever made on the channel. It is a very interesting mesh of flavors. And again, I definitely get that, and I told you I could smell it when I was cooking. I definitely get that little bit of char, that little bit of burnt right there. And again, I dig that. Matter of fact, you get all the flavors on this. You get the, well, you get the char, you get the taco shell, you get the, or the tortilla, you get the chicken, and you know it is on their Caesar salad dressing, a Caesar salad, whatever it's called, Caesar salad. And you get the croutons, you get the bacon, you get the cheese. I mean, you get it all. Don't forget that cheese that we have that we have melted in there, and that is a sharp cheese. So this here is a friggin' 10 out of 10. Actually, I'm pretty shocked how good this is. From what I remember, this is better than that Big Mac taco that we made. I think I made it on this channel. This is better than that. No shortcuts here. We got the fresh, fresh everything. Fresh Caesar salad dressing, the fresh croutons. We've got the nice iceberg romaine, or the romaine lettuce that has been chilled. I've got some nice bacon crumbles. We've got some nice cut cheese here. The chicken. 10 out of 10, man. That is all I got here. The Fiesta, that by the Flat Top King. What could you say about that? Good dude, good rubs. How about that? So look, that is going to close out this show here. Again, my name is Tommy, and I guess that makes me the Griddler. You guys have been showing up in droves, and you guys are definitely awesome. We are just getting kicked off here in the summer of 2025. I mean, it is not even summer yet, and I've got recipes coming out the ears. I just want to try and do stuff different than you see on the other channels. Some are going to be hits, maybe some are going to be misses. So look, that is going to close out this show. Again, my name is Tommy. I guess that makes me the Griddler. And until next time, we will see you